right.
So welcome.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello? I think we're here.
We're here.
Is everyone here? We ready for Scala Days? All right.
This side over here, they didn't clap.
I wish I could see them to know if they were sleeping.
I was looking, they didn't clap.
They weren't clapping.
No.
Oh man. Okay. Well, who here likes Java? Yeah. All right. Who here likes Ruby? Who here likes Scala? Yeah. All right. Good. So this is Scala Days 2015 in Amsterdam. I am Josh Suereth. We're here to introduce everybody and get you set up with the organization. This is the Scalawags team. 4/5 of us. Yes. So.
Yeah, Daniel sends his regrets. He's going off to some other conference that's more, I don't know, Daniel Spiewak-like, I think. So anyway, yes, we're here. What have we got to talk about? Oh, yeah. The message of this conference, we decided that the previous message had 2 negatives in it, and that won't do for karmic balance. So instead, we are going with be excellent to each other. Okay? And...
What? Oh.
What comes after that?
And party on, dude. So...
A few people got that.
Yeah.
Someone.
Somebody got it. But basically, in this conference, everybody's here to have a good time. Everyone's here to enjoy themselves. Just be nice to each other, right? Be respectful. That's all we ask.
And no making fun of other programming languages in particular.
It's true. But you are allowed to make fun of Seth. Related, as there will be voting applications that people will hold outside of the conference. There'll be one today for the keynote. So for the keynote, you are only allowed to press the green one, but for all other sessions, no. So the voting, it actually explains it on your badge. Green is for meets or exceeds expectations, okay? Meets or exceeds. Yellow is for it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. And red is for serious, like this was not a talk that should have been here at all. Okay? It needs to be something serious because we actually take a lot of consideration in these as we invite other speakers. So please, vote appropriately.
Vote early, vote often.
Okay. And next, we're going to talk about the Scala Days app. 98 Degrees wants to come up and talk about it. 47 Signals.
You need some new material, man. Always the boy band joke with you. But no, 47 Degrees, actually. And thanks for having us here. We're happy to take part in another Scala Days. It's always an awesome time, so thank you. I'm Aaron Regan, VP Business Development at 47 Degrees. We're a global consulting firm and certified Typesafe partner. And as Josh mentioned, we made the apps. So one thing we wanted to mention quickly is how the apps were made. The iOS version is written in Swift, and we're proud to say that the Android is written in Scala. So up there you can see our GitHub. So we encourage you to go in, play with the app, go ahead and send things into the GitHub and play with it. So we appreciate it, and thanks for having us.
Thank you. I also want to say, if you don't have to leave yet, but this is a great guy to talk about Scala on Android if you have any questions, because they do a great job. And the application, the feedback so far has been awesome. So if you find a bug, feel free to fix it. This is open source.
Did we miss the Twitter? Did we miss the Twitter tag, or is that coming up, the hashtag that people should use? The hashtag is #ScalaDays, right? No 2015 or Amsterdam or anything like that at the end. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so just #ScalaDays or #ScalaDays. Social events? Here, Seth, you do some talking.
No worries. Oh, hey, look. So today we have two, there's one there. So we have one social event tonight. It's the welcome reception. It's Does anybody know where Grotezahl is?
It's right here.
Is this a Grot? Okay, that must be the big room. And then tomorrow night we have another event. So the community party is going to be apparently also in another room that I'm not going to pronounce correctly. Kranborzahl?
What was that?
Actually, can somebody tell me how to actually say it? Does anybody know? Is anybody here Dutch? I hope so. Okay.
Say it really loudly.
Anyway, tomorrow there's a ch. Okay. All right. So there's a z, which is obviously a ch. Anyway, tomorrow after events until 10 o'clock. So off to Seth.
Well, related. So all of you have a badge, and on your badge is the map. So on the map are all of the words which I will not try to pronounce, although I wish I could. So, yeah.
We doing Bagwell next?
Yeah. Or wait, sponsors first.
Sponsors. We'd like to acknowledge all of these sponsors. These are also on the conference site and I believe in the app. This event is possible with the support of all these fine people, many of whom are hiring. If you're
you can
looking
visit,
for work.
Oh, hey, this is working. Yeah, you can visit the booths out here if you'd like to visit any of the sponsors. We just want to thank them all because without them, this event wouldn't be possible. So, and Trifork and Typesafe for hosting. So.
A few years ago, Martin and other Scala leaders at EPFL and Typesafe established the Phil Bagwell Award to try to recognize people who have made an especially great contribution to the Scala user community, not just to Scala itself, but to this community of people that has gathered around the language. The first recipient of the Phil Bagwell Award is one of these people who's on stage. His name is Dick Wall. The second recipient was Lalit Pant, who designed an environment called Kojo for his school children in his classroom in India to learn Scala by writing programs to do graphics and stuff. The Bagwell Award recipient for 2015
Can everyone make a drum roll? Drum roll? Okay, thank you. It's Bill Venners. So Bill Venners is this year's winner. Bill Venners has been in the Scala ecosystem for a very long time, very long time. He's known for Scala Test, but he does a lot more. He goes around, does talks, encourages people. He runs Artema, which is where Martin's book was published. But he donates a lot of his own time to Scala and promoting Scala. Recently he's been giving a series of talks called The Scholastic Way, where he talks about gardening where you are, which is Scala is a blended FPOP language, and we need to treat it like that and build APIs appropriately. So he's a great voice in the community, and we'd like to recognize him right now. Bill, can you come up?
So we'd like to take this opportunity to present Bill with a ceremonial spork. That's solid gold. It's probably not apparent from a distance.
No, so actually we're gifting Bill with a garden bench, a handcrafted garden bench for his garden. But it was a little too big to fly here and fly back, so it's not on stage. So, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, so I want to say one more thing, which is before we came out here, Bill told me that 8 years ago Scala Test took over his life. That's a direct quote. So if you've ever used Scala Test, which I think is probably the majority of people in this room, thank you, Bill.
So, thanks. So, I want to thank you for this award, and I wanted to say a few words about Phil Bagwell, because I did have a few interactions with him, but just a few. I think I interacted with him 3 times. The first time was at Scala Days Stanford, which was 2011, and Typesafe had just been formed, and he and I had a quick conversation, and he gave me some advice about selling training near conferences, actually, because Dick and I had been training for about a year, and Typesafe was starting training, and we were kind of competitors. We weren't quite sure how that was going to work out. And then 6 months later or so, we had a phone call. Phil was representing Typesafe, I was representing Escalate, and we were trying to negotiate a partnership. And we just really didn't see eye to eye at all, and so we kind of had to agree to disagree. And there was a little bit of friction, actually, because I was really not very receptive to what he was offering at that time. And a few months later, I was preparing for the next Scala Days, which was in London, and I wanted to do a book signing. So I found out who I was going to have to get through to do a book signing, and it was Phil Bagwell. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure how easy that's going to be given the last time I talked to him, but he was really helpful, and he really went out of his way to take care of all the details himself, which really surprised me. So I was quite appreciative, and I was looking for him at the conference, and finally I asked somebody, and they told me he wasn't able to make it because he was sick. So I made a mental note. I'll send him a thank you email. But before I could do that, he actually emailed me and asked me how things went, and that kind of surprised me. So I thanked him in the email and told him they went great. And then he asked me for a favor. He asked if I could send him back a signed book and have Martin sign it. So I did that, and I was appreciative that he actually asked me for a favor, because it was sort of an opportunity for me to be doing something nice for him. And that was it. Basically, that was my last interaction with him. About a few more months later, I got the news that he'd passed away. So what that actually made me think of was that we actually have a lot of disagreements in our community from time to time. And I actually think falls out of, actually, Scala is an unopinionated language, and it has attracted a lot of opinionated people to the community in a good way. We have different ideas about how things should be done. So I actually think that's actually an intrinsic part of who we are, that we don't always agree on how things should go. And I think that's, I've learned things from people who don't agree with each other, and so I find that quite valuable. But where I think we could perhaps do a little bit better is tolerating other people's different ideas sometimes. And that's where I think just the way Phil treated me, even after we had our agreement to disagree on the phone, he was very nice to me. And so what I think we could kind of take from that is that actually, I like the way you guys said it, which is be excellent to each other. Even though we don't always agree, we can still treat each other with kindness and respect. But I like the way you guys said it, be excellent to each other in the community. So that's what I wanted to say. So thank you, thanks for listening, and thank you for this award. Yeah.
Right, so now it's time to actually introduce the man of the hour, the keynote. We decided to introduce the first keynote. We'd actually give you 4 different facts, and you kind of have to guess which one of these is true. So one of the 3? We can add a 4th one. Okay. We'll find. There's definitely one that's not true. Okay, so we're going to give you 4 facts about the next keynote, and I'll say that the man that's about to come on stage initially worked on a language called pizza, and this was an attempt at a functional language, but had a really bad incident at a restaurant, and then decided that he couldn't work on the language anymore, and decided to blend OO and FP in a new way in a language called Scala.
And some say that when he cannot sleep at night, instead of counting sheep, he actually tries to solve NP-hard problems in his head.
If you spend time around him, you might have known for a long time he's a little bit of a coffee hipster, which sort of inspired his decision to develop languages on top of the JVM.
Those of you who are sitting here in the front row in front of the podium are brave. At a previous Scala Days, Martin, with no warning, replaced his keynote with a gymnastics demonstration, fell off the stage and killed 3 people. So
All we know is he is the one and only Martin Odersky, inventor of Scala. Let's welcome him.